The induction of Drax the Destroyer into the WWE Hall of Fame is more a matter of when rather than if at this point. The Hall of Fame ring would be a fitting capstone to a successful career that includes 2 WrestleMania main events, epic matches with the likes of Triple H and The Undertaker, and 6 World Championship reigns. Though Batista had a spectacular run, there were several things that he didn't accomplish in his 8 years as a full-timer in WWE. While he came close to adding some of these accolades to his resume, some of these feats eluded him completely, even when he staged a brief comeback in 2014 and his even briefer comeback in 2019. And there happens to be more than one accomplishment that will perhaps make fans go, "Wait, Batista never did that!" Well, welcome to Honor Wrestling Club, and in today's video we'll be counting down the 10 things that Dave Batista never accomplished in wrestling. However, before we get on with the list, I'd just like to firstly thank you for joining us here today, and I'd like to take a moment to ask you to please hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell to never miss out on any of our content ever again. And feel free to give any feedback in the comments below. Any feedback is greatly appreciated, and be sure to give me your thoughts in the comments below. Are there any superstars you'd like to see us break down what feats they never accomplished, or is there any other ideas you'd like to see? They are all welcome. But let's crack on with the list with number 10, win the Intercontinental Championship. From May 2003 until June 2005, both Batista and the Intercontinental Championship inhabited the Raw brand. During this 2-year span, however, Batista never won the prestigious Workhorse title that elevated the likes of Christian, Booker T and Randy Orton at that time. One factor that kept Batista away from the IC title scene was his triceps injury, which did sideline him for a good chunk of 2003. As for the rest of that 2-year period though, Evolution leader Triple H wanted Batista to focus on his enforcing duties rather than pursuing individual accolades. It sure backfired in Hunter's face, didn't it? Number 9, win the United States title. In June 2005, then World Heavyweight Champion Batista was drafted to SmackDown. He would then spend 3 years on the Blue brand, but not once did he lay claim to the rich prize known as the United States Championship. The Animal, of course, was preoccupied with the World Heavyweight title throughout his SmackDown run. Interestingly, he won Tag Team Gold and challenged for the ECW Championship during this time frame, but showed virtually no interest in the US title. He only challenged for the title against MVP in early 2008, but was unable to win after Umaga interfered. This means that Batista, having no US and Intercontinental Championship run in his career, can never be called a Grand Slam champion either. In number 8, we have hold the WWE Championship for 2 months. In his career, Batista won the championship on 2 separate occasions, that being the WWE Championship. And while being a 2-time WWE champion is certainly something to flex about, the longevity of these title reigns certainly is not. Batista's first WWE title reign lasted all of 24 hours as a bicep injury forced him to vacate the championship the day after Extreme Rules in 2009. His second WWE title win came at the 2010 Elimination Chamber event, where he defeated a worn-down John Cena who had just competed inside the chamber for no reason whatsoever, other than weird old man shenanigans. Batista's second reign, though, came crashing down at WrestleMania 26 when Cena regained the title. This second reign lasted just 35 days, not even a full 2 months. In number 7, we have main event SummerSlam. It's quite baffling that Batista, a bona fide main event attraction, never competed in the final match of a SummerSlam card. While Big Dave has main evented Survivor Series, the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania, he has never gone on last at the biggest party of the summer. That's not to say that Batista has 0 prominent matches in this event. From 2005 to 2007, he competed in world title matches against JBL, King, Booker, and the Great Khali respectively, and in 2008 Batista memorably caught John Cena in mid-air, delivering a hellacious Batista bomb and scoring the pinfall victory. However, Dave will never get to taste that elusive main event spot. In number 6, we have become a sole survivor at Survivor Series. To be clear, Batista has been part of a winning Survivor Series team once in his career, that being Team SmackDown in 2005. The thing is, he was the 3rd man to be eliminated from the match, which meant that he was not a sole survivor. In the two other instances when Batista competed in a traditional Survivor Series match, that being 2004 and 2008 to be exact, his team was on the losing end. As for the other 3 years in which Batista competed at Survivor Series, he was not involved in a traditional elimination match. Rather, he competed in singles matches. The Animal won his second World Heavyweight title from King Booker in 2006, retained it against The Undertaker inside Hell in a Cell in 2007, and defeated Rey Mysterio via TKO in 2009. In number 5, we have competed in a Money in the Bank ladder match. The first ever Money in the Bank ladder match took place at WrestleMania 21. The match stipulation would grow wildly in popularity over the next ensuing years. WWE went on to devote an entire event to the Money in the Bank concept, and despite all of this, no Money in the Bank ladder match ever featured a certain animal. Out of the 6 WrestleMania Money in the Bank matches that took place during Batista's full-time career, none included him in the lineup. The inaugural Money in the Bank event in July 2010 actually featured 2 Money in the Bank matches, but it was impossible for Batista to compete in either one as he had left WWE 2 months prior. In number 4, we have competed in NXT. A few months before Batista made his infamous declaration of "I quit" on a 2010 episode of Raw, WWE launched a new episodic show that would be called NXT. Though originally conceptualized as a competition for rookies, NXT would be rebooted by Triple H in 2010 as a full-fledged brand with an exclusive roster. NXT has existed for more than a decade now, but throughout the brand's history, there's not a single match that Batista has competed in. In Batista's career, the closest he has come to in-ring action was a quick visit in June 2014. A round of NXT tapings had just wrapped up when the Guardians of the Galaxy actor hit the squared circle to interact with the fans in attendance. Bo Dallas would make the unwise decision of inserting himself into this situation, and he ended up eating a Batista bomb for his troubles. In number 3, we have Win King of the Ring. From the time Batista debuted on the main roster to the day he ended his full-time career, there were 3 King of the Ring tournaments that he could have entered. Batista, however, was not in the field of competition as the 2002, 2006 and 2008 King of the Ring matches unfolded. As a matter of fact, Batista has not won any tournament held in WWE. Notably, the 2005 Gold Rush tournament, the same tourney in which Shawn Michaels superkicked Shelton Benjamin's head off out of mid-air, was held to determine the number 1 contender for the Animal himself. In number 2, we have defeated The Undertaker at WrestleMania. For 2 decades, WWE wrestlers pursued the holy grail of ending The Undertaker's WrestleMania record. One by one, the biggest names in the industry would fall, including Batista's mentors in Evolution, Triple H and Ric Flair, would both fall victim to the streak. Then, in 2007, Big Dave would get his chance. If Batista could have defeated The Undertaker at WrestleMania 23, he would have retained his World Heavyweight Championship and accomplished a historic feat. Alas, it was not to be. The dead man withstood the Animal's blows, and when the dust settled, The Undertaker won the world title and would extend his WrestleMania record. And number 1, we have faced Brock Lesnar on the main roster. The Animal vs the Beast Incarnate appears to be a dream match that writes itself. Sadly, fans never got to witness Batista and Brock Lesnar compete in an official match on Raw, SmackDown or pay-per-view. They did lock horns once upon a time in OVW when they were both wide-eyed rookies coming up in the WWE developmental system. WWE's YouTube channel actually posted a clip of this match which saw Batista emerging as the victor after outside interference. A win is a win after all, but if Batista had pinned Lesnar at SummerSlam or WrestleMania, that would have been an accomplishment on an entirely different tier. And there you have it, there's our list. So what did you think of the video? What do you think is the most shocking accolade that Batista has never managed to accomplish in his tenured WWE career? But remember, despite all of these things that Batista hasn't accomplished, he is still one of the greatest of all time, one of the best homegrown stars in WWE history, and a deserving first ballot Hall of Famer. But be sure to let me know in the comments below which one of these shocked you the most. And if you've enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and to click the subscribe button and the notification bell to stay notified for our next videos. And be sure to check out our previous videos, you'll enjoy them, go on, I promise. But until next time, I'd like to thank you for watching and welcome to the club.